Hi, my name is Blake McGee. I'm the clarinet professor here at the University of Wyoming, and this is our 2017 All State video series. I'm going to be demonstrating the two excerpts and give you some tips on fingerings and how to practice it. The first excerpt is pretty difficult. There's 4 sharps, and I want you to make really sure that you have all the sharps down before you begin. And also, in some of the bars, there are A sharps that are at the beginning, and you need to hold through. For instance, bar 11, there's an A sharp that occurs again later. Make sure you get that sharp in. And also in bar 14, you have 2 A sharps, even though you only see it one time. The other tricky thing on this particular excerpt is there's a high G sharp fingering. Most of the high altissimo fingerings you could probably find on normal fingering charts. If not, feel free to email me. My email will be on this video, and I'll help you find some of those fingerings. But there's one particular fingering. This is in the very last note of bar 5, is a high G sharp. And I wrote it out so you could see this fingering. So notice the thumb and the register key should be pressed, and the first finger of the right hand, and then what I call the E flat key at the bottom. On the clarinet, it looks like this. And that gives you the high G sharp. It's a very high note, but as you get more experience with the high register, it should speak relatively easily. So I'll play bar 5 for a moment, and you can see it in context. So practice that note a lot of times before you begin working on the rest of this. That'll be very important. That note, by the way, happens again in bar 12. So work on that fingering in that context as well. For this portion of the video, I'm going to play the excerpt 3 times, twice with the metronome at practice tempos, so you can play along with the video. The first time I'm going to set my metronome to 80. So you might want to practice it up to 80 and then play the video again at this point. The next tempo, I'll set the metronome to 100. Now finally, I'm going to play it without the metronome at the printed tempo. If you only get it to 100 in your practice, I highly recommend recording your tape at around that speed as opposed to trying to go too fast and perhaps playing it not as cleanly. But here is what it would sound like at tempo. Okay, the second etude for the 2017 Wyoming All State audition is a slow one. It's in 4 flats, so make sure you review your D flat fingerings. Much of the excerpt goes over the break and requires you to execute either the D flat fingering here or here. Again, as I said earlier in the video, if you have any questions on fingerings, please feel free to email me and I'll try to clarify. So I'm going to play the whole excerpt once. Be really listening for dynamics, smoothness over the break, and make sure if you were playing along with this video, your pitches match mine. If not, perhaps you missed one of the accidentals.